Tada! We didn't promise a guest. Pero may guest pa ba tonight?
With a promise. Alam ko kung sino galing kay Ninong yan, ha?
Didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Or refer to anyone. Yep.
I wish we could say who it was, pero
Hindi, alam ng mga tao. That's fine.
we'd have to put the. All right, so Claro, what is it? What's happening?
Kwentuhan session over beer. So people join us.
Is
Over
that-
beer,
is
but
that-
we don't have the beer. That's what we tell all our guests whenever we start. No, okay, it's chill. It's
So
not
wala tayong
anything
guess ngayon.
tense. Yun nga. You know how you talk to your friends over beer? Ganun lang. That's how it is in Who the Heck Are We? Minus the beer.
Yes. Minus the beer. Tama. So how are you? What's been up with you? Ako muna mag-interview sa'yo since I was the one who put that. Ano, diba?
Well, no. Well, the recent tournament we had is the Ascals. That was sad.
Yeah.
There's the NBA, of course.
Yep.
A little less locked in. Kasi tapos na NBA fantasy basketball season.
Did
I was
you
in
win?
the same league as guys. Like I won my school league, and then there's another league. Kasama si Coach Potit De
Okay.
Vera, guest in episode 101. So we had that league. Third place ako ata. How do I say this? Iba talaga pag ano tawag nito, fantasy basketball playoffs. It becomes a
Really?
lottery because it's the end when it's fantasy basketball playoffs. It is end of regular season. So injured na yung mga players. They start making them rest for playoffs. Mga ganun.
Okay.
So that's how it's been. That's how it's been as of late. There's always excitement when there's a Philippine football game for me. So there's the AFF next month.
Yeah, July.
So like
Women's Day.
lucky to cover PFF U19. That was really fun.
Oh yeah,
no-
that was good.
The NOFA boys were a joy to
Yeah.
watch. I can
That
say.
was a 119th minute goal.
Kaya nga di ba?
Yeah.
That was nuts.
So
I felt yeah.
sige, go.
I felt it was gonna be a game winner in added time
Okay.
nung PFF U19 because it was Negros Occidental, right, versus NCR.
Right.
I thought my prediction was it was gonna be a winner in added time. Naging winner extra time.
Extra time.
Literal like right before the end, 119. No.
It was just reminiscent to what Jared Holtman 30 seconds into the final
Yeah,
whistle.
at the death, like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Di
Right?
ba? Galing.
I mean, if you put it in that perspective, you can say the Aztecs, we deserved the goal with the way we were playing against Mongolia. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
first half, heading into the locker room, 20, 30 minutes, dapat may at least one goal, right? This game of the PSF U19, if we just compare it, like, it was like literal, we just couldn't separate them. Maybe at the end, you can say Nova was really dictating the tempo of the game, hawak na the possession.
Mm-mm.
After, and then all of a sudden, NCR will be so scary in the counter-attack. So I'm like, oh, come on, who's it going to be, right?
Yeah, it was a battle. First, it was NCR that was really doing a good job. Anyway, that was
Yep.
fast. So
On to
we're
you.
gonna talk.
Ikaw,
We'll talk
PFL
about
naman.
yours. This segment's
Ah,
gonna be about you first.
And then
yeah.
you after, ganun
And then
ba?
ako after.
Okay,
yeah.
kasi yung plano ko, all of your questions, I'm just gonna go reflect and then you'll answer that also.
Wow, ganun. Okay, well, pwede
Easy.
din ganun. Okay.
Okay.
No, the reason for our viewers, the reason why we're doing this is number one, we couldn't find a guest. Kasi naging busy kami ni Claro, as in talagang super busy, and we couldn't really find a guest for.
Busy din mga tao. They're going,
Oh
everyone's
yeah,
going
yeah.
out in general.
Yeah,
Pasyal.
we have. We were supposed to get LaSalle players, but they said that secret.
Sino sila?
Yeah, secret. I'm actually pretty excited for this, for that that guest. So, they said it's July pa sila, right?
Oh,
And then we have a guest next week and the next couple of weeks. We already actually have a list. It's only this week that we didn't have, and and
pag Christmas wala. Pag
Oo
Christmas
nga,
wala. Like, okay.
nagkataon na 2 years na tayo, Claro.
2 years old show.
2 years old show.
2-year-old
And
show.
it started
Ganito, walang guest.
it started ganito, walang guest. So
Walang
full
guest.
circle tayo. No,
Yeah.
it started because we were talking about Asian imports. Right? In a group chat with Noel Zarate. Thank you, Noel. Hopefully you'll be listening to this. We'll send this to you. And Yeah, he gave us the name. He baptized us, or tama ba yun? Birth our name.
Just gave
So
the idea, yeah. Kasi
yeah,
we were a group of four,
we're
right?
a group of four.
Okay lang,
And
busy mga iba, okay lang.
yeah, di ba?
Kaya
Oh,
naging two.
yeah, yeah.
Kung
So
magiging last person standing running the show, ikaw yun siguro.
the what was that? Was that? Was
if
that?
it's if you're gonna trim people like last person standing, like Survivor, yeah, you can be last person standing. If that
Wow.
happens,
If that happens.
if
So
that happens,
yeah. So okay.
that's
So
how it
yeah.
started,
So hi,
Carson. That's
Carson.
how it
And then
started
there's
actually.
Aaron. Let's say hello to Aaron. Aaron.
Bayato.
Aaron, thank you so much for always tuning in and sharing our posts and
While
liking our
nasa
posts.
MRT.
Yes.
Wow.
Free ba yan? Free ba yung MRT na yan?
I think it's been free as of late. May
Yeah.
announcement sila eh, di ba?
I still love your color of your profile. Let it stay for the next 6 years.
Anong color yan? Color pink yan. Ayan, for
Color pink
audio.
yan,
Some
yeah.
people won't see it and
Ah,
who
yeah,
just
that's right, that's
listening on
right, yeah.
audio, they're not gonna see it. So he
Right.
said, mabuhay po kayo ang
Yeah. So
WTHAW family.
this show started. Yun nga, we were discussing Asian imports that we should actually allow. Uh,
No, na
you
parang
know,
anong nangyari sa kanila?
yeah, anong yan nangyari
Because
sa
they
kanila,
did it before in
and we did it
2015.
before, and we were saying,
Mm.
hey, you know what, we should have them back again because it got a little thrill, no? Um, and then Noel Zarate just said, gumawa kaya kayo ng podcast show.
Talk about
Gumawa
that.
kaya ng podcast
Talk
show,
about
sabi niya.
that. Diba?
Tas tawagan yung ano, who the heck are we? Kasi, hindi naman tayo kilala.
Oo nga eh.
Sino ba talaga tayo? Di ba? Ayan,
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
and how
It's
it
nice to use
started,
the pun, di ba? It's nice to use the
yeah,
pun when you talk to people. Eh.
yeah, and
They sometimes doubt themselves. Like, ganito ako, pero they're like, I'm here, but di ako ganito or this and that, whatever. And then I told two people that who the heck are you? My quotation marks. Yeah,
yeah,
nag-gets
yeah.
nila. Yep.
And then I think that night we just created our friend Lauren said created a Facebook. I think it was you who created
The
the
same
Facebook page.
week, I think I made
Same
a
week,
Facebook
yeah.
page. Si Lawrence nga na
Uh,
graphics.
Tapos I
Oh,
did the
ganun.
trailer. I
No,
did the trailer.
Yung Zoom premium mo.
Same premium ko. Tas I also started learning iMovies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was because of this show that I started learning iMovies, and it took me like an overnight, you know, and yeah, and then from there, what we did was we were just saying let's just do Anchor, and then Anchor is
Ah,
the
audio
software.
lang.
Yeah, audio lang kasi
That,
parang
that
kaya
distributes.
kung nakita mo kami in the first episodes of our na in-upload namin, ang papangat namin.
Ang baboy
Hindi,
kasi ganito lang.
wala kami.
Ganun yung ilaw kasi audio lang, di ba?
Witness protection program,
Oo nga
gulo
eh.
ng buhok
I'm missing
ko,
a
di
light
ba?
by the way, sorry.
Tas aso ni Claro, naglalakad sa yung mga ganon.
No, the dog just started joining pag video na yung podcast. Like right
Yeah,
now
so
he's in the a lot of times it's the neighbor's dog.
actually, yeah.
Because I'm the edge of the house and then
And
there's
the
the fence
bullfrog.
of the neighbor and then there's a cat that
Yeah,
would stay on the fence.
yeah.
So it will mostly get sino to? The dogs of our neighbor barking. And while I'm saying
Yeah,
this, our dog's outdoors.
yeah.
You can hear him through the window playing with a piece of plastic and
Oh.
yung background noise. So there's like
Yeah.
some episodes, I'll turn on the hose, I'll spray water on the fence. Tapos wala yung pusa.
Yeah. That was
Did
that
it a
was
few times.
that was the year, and then I think we would record and then release
One
a
week.
trailer,
Ay,
right? And
yeah,
then
sneak peek.
release the audio, and then at the same time we were with another show, an eternity of basketball, which is Claros Titos.
Oh, yes, my
They
titos.
were picked up by a network, right? So the network
The
is called
globally ball.
Globally Ballin
Yan
Network.
yung logo there.
Yeah,
Podium.
so yeah, there you go. And several months after that, um, we were picked up also by Globally Ballin. But before that, I think Claro, our first guest was Jovin. No, was it Jovin?
No.
No, it was
Si Kumar.
Kumar. It was
Tawag pa Kumar
Kumar.
eh. Hindi na, we don't
Yeah,
call him by his real name anymore. We call him by his nickname, si Kumar.
yeah,
Should have invited, that's lang yung offer. We should have invited Enrique. Because we just talked nonstop. Because we were classmates, right? Enrique Ortiz was in the Philippine football landscape for some time. He's in Australia right now. Just for the benefit of our viewers, si Kumar, and then naging Jovin,
yeah.
naging OJ Porteria ata.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And then Mac Valdez, and
Daniel
then
Imperial,
Daniel
hockey.
Imperial. Then
Filipino.
Coach O,
Kasama rin. Right,
Coach
right.
O, and then the referee, sa Tolentino,
Coach Mike Tolentino,
Mike
referee.
Tolentino.
Yeah, I really got so much closure from that episode because I played
Yeah,
basketball in my
yeah,
school
that's right.
before,
Yeah,
right?
right. Yeah.
I got so much closure. Because sometimes they'll call a foul. I didn't even do anything. Kaya palagi ang bagal lang first step ko para sure.
Wow.
Eh, yung iba
Okay.
traveling, hindi pa wala bang mga ganun, di ba? I
Yeah.
got so much closure from talking to a referee.
It was fun, and then after that, that's when Carson. Thank you so much. You really been a big help, talaga,
Mm. He,
in our show. That
Mr.
he
We Will
brought.
Shock You.
He will, yeah, Mr. We will shock you. He brought in the first big football guest we had was Manny Ott. Was
No,
it Manny Ott?
does it count si Simon Lingbo? What he
Oh,
did here
Simon did.
was
Yes, that's
people
right.
don't know him. He's gonna give a chance for us to introduce Simon Lingbo.
That's right. That's right.
And then noon,
Yeah.
naging supporter si FCC pa. He's like, this is great, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
Shout
like,
out to
wow.
FCC pa. We're still trying to find out who you are, your identity. You could tell us who you are, and we will not reveal it here.
No,
We promise.
inoperan ko actually messaging FCC pa once na, uy, sali ka sa show, interview.
It's
May
actually,
witness
yeah,
protection ka, so hindi kita. May,
yeah, black.
voice,
Uh-uh.
voice box, voice
Yeah,
box.
voice box.
Wag daw
So,
eh.
Claro, ikaw, okay, let's just start. So, we've been here for 2 years, but I don't think people actually know how you started or how you like sports. So tell us more on,
It
yeah.
doesn't
This
matter.
is so
People want to listen to
awkward,
the
right?
guest. People don't want to listen. People don't want to listen to
Yeah,
me.
people
The
who
guest.
listen to the show,
No
right?
sports.
So, yeah, how did it start with you?
I just grew up
Who
watching
inspired you?
basketball.
That's my favorite
No,
line. Who
bottom line is my
inspired?
ano ang background mo sa sports, di
Anong
ba?
background mo
Ganun.
sa ano?
Question number 1 ng mga titos sa 30 basketball. Patay ako dun. Tawag nito. Daming comments, so we will go through it, guys. Don't worry. I'm seeing your comments. Sparand,
Yes.
Armario,
You
Cheese.
could, yeah, you could throw it on.
I'm not avoiding the question. Anyway, bottom line, my dad was just so into sports. He went to LaSalle Green Hills, and that's a school where they like take sports seriously.
Right.
And then, what was this? Well, people can say, "Oh, you're too young, you don't remember." But I remember waking up in a basketball game. It was LaSalle FEU finals, though. So that's one of the wins in the four-peat. Diba? And then you can say the memory is already there. Na there was si Ren. It's the Green
Yeah.
Archer I watched growing up, right? Kaya Tito Miko before in his despedida, he goes, "Claro, how old are you when you were watching Ren?" I said, "I was 6." And then he goes, "Oh, that's my lumabas na bad word." I'm like, so that's why sila Ren yun. So that was the Green Archers. I also remember, it's hard to arrange a timeline eh. Pero kasama dun sa timeline, I was in preschool, my first PBA game.
Oh,
I have a feeling yung timeline ito, that's the LaSalle FE yun, late 90s na yan eh. And then the first PBA game, SK ako sa halos eh, I think. Right before UAAP happened, the LaSalle did 4-peat. First PBA game, ano yan, San Miguel versus Talk and Text.
oh wow, classic.
Coach Jong or Tito Jong was the coach of San
Classic.
Miguel, right? So I just don't really know. And then my dad goes, "There's the best player." I told this story before, right? Ibang episode. There's the best player of Talk and Text, number 55. And you see this huge, muscular guy with blonde hair, si Taulaba, and he's still playing until today, right?
Oh, he's still like, yeah, he's still
Yeah.
the,
And I
yeah.
remember, when my brother and I told si Taulaba got ejected in that game. In my first game, live PBA game.
San Miguel versus TNT. No, was it Mobiline or TNT?
Talk and Text phone pals.
Oh my
Panahon na
gosh,
yun.
yeah. Okay.
Tapos may yung ultra scoreboard, may parang may scoreboard sa corners, no? And sa
Right, right.
baseline mismo, may manual scoreboard being operated by people ng score, yung 50 yung score. There's a
Oh
giant
my god,
placard,
yeah.
manual siya.
Yeah,
Each
yeah,
side. I'm like, okay ah. That was PBA. Then ayun, tuloy-tuloy na lang. When it's not basketball, exposed to Formula One. Or racing's
Right.
not so developed here. Karted at the
Yeah.
age of 7. Then, gano'n lang.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, there's this chance. Writing for the school paper in college in LaSalle. Like, just covering, did ayun. Carry over lang. Okay, reflect. Same question sa inyo.
Oh my
Sports.
gosh,
Why did
mine,
you start
mine,
playing sports?
mine.
Yeah.
When, gosh, my mom was really was really good friends with
The Hoopers,
with
right?
Mon
That era.
Fernandez.
Oh,
Yeah,
yun.
Mon Fernandez and Francis Arnaiz, and also the brother Leo Arnaiz, who's actually into football now.
Mm-hmm.
And I would remember I was still very young then. Tito Ramon, he would come to the
Tito
house,
Ramon.
right? And he was a giant, di ba? Of course, and during that time, he had ano pa yung that hockey hair, yung 90s, 70s hair, yung Bee Gees hair. Yung Bee
Afro.
Gees hair.
Afro.
Afro
Afro.
Bee Gees hair. The
Oh,
Filipino
yun.
Afro Bee Gees hair. And and I remember he would tap my head like this. And then from there, myself, and my cousins would just watch. Um, we would watch where Tito Mon would be playing,
Ah.
and yeah, and at that time he started. I think I remember he was playing for Pure Foods, right? He was playing coach, but before that he was playing for another team.
Oh,
I
he
think
was
it was
playing
Toyota.
coach also, like
Yeah, he
Jaworski.
played,
Yun,
yeah,
did that. Wow.
right. And then he transferred to San Miguel, and then well, I fell in love with San Miguel. Na. That's how I started watching PBA, and then I played backyard basketball. So I don't have any formal Milo best training.
This
Um,
is before you played varsity. Yeah.
this is before I played varsity. So I, I
Ah.
I I really started out of the backyard, got a ball, started dribbling. So I don't have that right left. And then
You
so
know,
I
my
would learn.
goggles pa sila eh, so they don't look
Yeah,
down, right?
yeah.
I didn't reach that though. That came like
I didn't reach it either. So
right
um,
after ano, my formative years
yeah,
playing
I would I
basketball.
would I would just watch. I would just watch how to shoot the ball, and I would just follow it in our village basketball.
Yeah, that's
Um,
tuloy-tuloy, like, oh, there's that pull, that's a
yeah,
gravitational pull. So you just keep going back to play or
I go
to when you see
back
the
to
TV,
play.
'di ba? Ganun na
Yeah,
lang
and
eh, right?
and at that time, Claro, when I was playing the village, there mga boys would be playing. So I would play with them. Kasi at that time, konti pa ng babae naglalaro. That I know of. Kasi I studied in a school that was very different schedule. So our schedule will be August until May
International
because it was an
calendar.
international school. So I wasn't really exposed to the local scene in basketball. Anyway, so when I went high school na, grade 9, there was a tryout. There was a tryout in basketball, and I got into the varsity. And because of basketball, I got to represent the Philippines with my school
Mhm.
in Bangkok, China, Korea, Japan, and Taiwan.
Yan yung mga APEC ng Brent, right?
Yeah,
Yung mga
yeah,
ganun. Kasi you see
yes,
those tarps. Because we'd play some of our games in Brent.
yeah, that's correct.
So,
Yeah, that's
yun yung
correct.
mga
So
APEC.
yeah, and we were champions, back-to-back champions. So we were champions in uh, China, Korea, and Japan, back to back to back.
Like, you play against one representative from each of those countries.
Yes, that's
Tama
correct.
ba?
And
Okay.
then I went to Benil. At the time, I took
NC.
one year gap. So I
Gap
took
year.
a year gap year.
So di ka na pwede mag-rookie of the... I know NC, okay lang
No,
mag-rookie
no,
of
I
the
could
year.
have. I could
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
I
NC's
could
rookie
have.
of the year based on the literal first season
Yeah,
you play, di
I
ba?
could have. But during kasi mayabang ako maglaro. All
Yeah,
right.
you said nga.
Yeah. So in my rookie year, um, uh, it was against Lyceum. I was against Lyceum.
LPU?
Yeah, like we were in LPU, uh,
Uh-huh.
NCAA, WTHAA, and for some reason pinag-initan ako at that time. I don't know why, but pinag-initan ako. Okay, she's already my friend now, right? But
Nag-away kayo nun.
anyway, so I was guarding their top player. right? And her name is Bridget Serrano. She was also training with the Philippine national team, I think, at that time.
Okay.
Coach, the coach of Lyceum then was Coach by Cristobal, and the assistant coach was Coach Heidi Ong. So Coach Heidi, if you were
Ayun,
playing,
yeah, you mentioned coach a
if you're
lot.
listening to this, you would probably remember. Anyway, so I was guarding Bridget, right? And I was really making her kulit. Yeah, trash talking her, which is wrong. You should really trash talk anyway. Um,
Not if you're good like Stefan Schrapp and trash
yeah.
talk.
So anyway, I was I think I was guarding her. She was going on the baseline, and she stepped out of bounds. Right when she stepped out of bounds, parang I kind of need her to get step her out of bounds. Hindi ako tinawagan ng foul. She was called for out of bounds. She got the ball and she threw it at me.
Sa
Yeah,
mukha,
she
sa ulo.
no at my back because I turned my back
Akala
na.
ko, no?
So technical siya. So I turned around. I said, technical ka. So galit na. Galit na. Anyway, ensuing play, uh, that si Bridget and my other teammate, they fell, fell. And then as soon as my teammate was coming, her name is SJ, I saw Bridget stand up and was about to uh, push SJ.
Push.
Yeah, I saw it. So what I did was I went behind SJ and I pushed her.
Ah, parang
My
Patrick Beverly, sa tour
Yeah,
kay Facebook.
my coach at that time saw it and grabbed Bridget from here and pulled her back into the bench. And then wala na, nagkarambulan na.
Mm.
So because of that, I was suspended. WTHAW, my rookie year I was suspended in NCAA, so I couldn't get any award
Mm-hmm.
at that time. Yeah,
Mm.
and then
So,
tuloy-tuloy na. And then I started playing soccer as well, football. In fact, Benild was asking me
play
to
both.
play for them. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, they were asking me to play for them, but I couldn't because uh,
Sa,
it was
sabay ba
sabay.
siya?
Yeah, sabay
Ah,
siya.
really?
So
Unlike
no, it was
now na
sabay.
parang first sem, second sem.
De.
Sayang,
At
ah.
yeah. Kasi in high school I also played football, but yung sa college nagsabay.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was my cross train was track and field. Yeah. So Carson actually has a question here. If you're not into sports, what would be your other passion? Uh, that's a very good. Okay, so I like because it's okay. Exercise is sports. I do. I, I, I'm a trained barista, so I could do coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I like coffee myself. Uh, I used to run a cafe called Hiniluban Cafe. It was in Makati, and we grow coffee ourselves back in Bukidnon, and our 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 company or organization or foundation is we bring back the rainforest of Mindanao. So what we did is we built,
Trees.
yeah,
Not that kind of,
trees.
hindi tres
Yeah,
sa basketball, ah. Real
and then
trees.
yeah, so I did coffee. I could make an americano, mocha, latte, flat white. So that's my other passion.
Can I
Um,
follow up?
yeah,
Can you do the hipster art? Like when people pour?
I can a bit, just a
Uh,
bit, just a bit.
oh.
And then and then
So, direct
and then
the
but
hipster art where they pour?
yeah,
How the heck do
but
you do it, diba?
yeah, it's a drill. But Carson, my love talaga is really sports. I'm talking too much, but um,
Nga, go ahead.
I'm a
Blabber nga eh.
I'm a head of in our sports ministry in CCF. I coach little kids to play basketball. It's something that you can't take out of my own in my life.
Mm,
It's part of my DNA. No,
yeah,
I love
true.
watching movies. I love watching concert. I love watching theater. You know, and I wish I could play the piano. I wish I could play the guitar. But yeah,
I learned how to play the guitar. Like, you know the basic, like you know how to speak a language like super simple. Guitar,
yeah,
like so
I could play the
basic.
bass.
I did a year. I did a year of classical guitar. My question from Coach Putit. Well,
That's
let's
for
run through some
you.
comments. Let's run
Okay,
through some
sige, sige.
comments. Um, greeting from our Mario. Just greeting to the
Yes.
show. show is 2 years
Hello.
old. It is Carson telling Quincy to join
Yeah.
the, ano, and si Jorex. Ayan, laki ng tulong ni Jorex and supporting the
No,
show
thanks, Jorex. Yeah.
with the Philippine football guests.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Carson goes, thank you. Kay Mario, supporting Philippine football. Paulo Gaudite, also we've had a good number of Philippine football guests, no? As you
Yeah,
said nga,
actually.
thanks
Yeah.
to Carson. Amari says, "You're welcome." Ayun, they're waiting for the comeback of Loyola FC.
Yeah.
Yung
Oh,
team
wow.
nila ni
Yeah.
Carson.
That
And
would
si
be great.
Cheese, she's super active sa PF, PFL Fans United group,
Yeah.
Facebook also. So as the McLeod and the Finn McDaniel episode. I'm not sure, Cheese, if you caught the episode of We have another one, just the McDaniel girls
Yeah.
together.
That was actually pretty good
hmm
too. Yeah.
Let's see if we can make our shot from the half line. We're trying to get them together on the show.
Ayan.
All
Si
the
Putit.
siblings.
Gusto ko ting
Sibling
kausapin ni Putit.
wars. Oh my. Tapos, real quick. Ayan, si Pat. Pat,
Hi.
we're
Hi,
waiting for you.
Pat.
Ayan.
Yes.
Kumusta, Pat?
Thank you so much, Pat.
Oh my. I was
Yeah.
expecting Pat.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
were
trying to be
actually.
demanding. Tiyaga ni Pat eh. Gab says, congrats to the
Thank you,
show.
Gab. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sports
Kay
Corner.
Coach Putit mo
Love it.
na. Kay Coach Putit,
Okay,
send this
Coach
question.
Putit. Sige.
Kailan ba kayo mag-TV panel sa basketball games? Actually, Coach, that's a good question. I played basketball eh. Like, yung sport ko. Pero nag-commentate ako sa football. I don't
Pero,
know.
Coach, Basti tuloy pa tatawagin ko. Coach Putit, I'll see you tomorrow, ah. Pero, I think my strength really, Coach Putit, is more of hosting. More of
Mhm.
hosting. Let's say, sit down and ask questions. Sitting down and doing games, thinking out on the spot, medyo mahirap for me. I'm just telling my weakness.
Uh-huh.
But my core strength really is like, ganito, uh, blabbering and asking questions, facilitating an interview. Yeah.
Coach, yung closest to being TV panel sa basketball games, commissioner ko sa Intrams High School. Inaway ko yung PE coach because they let our opponent, siyempre, yung Intrams lang eh, so I'm also playing, right, for my class. They let our opponent call an NBA timeout after the timeout. Coach, timeout, timeout. Lumapit sa PE teacher. Sabi, you can't do that. Hindi naman tayo
Okay.
NBA. Di ba? So that's the
Yun, pwede.
closest.
Actually, pwede sabi ni Coach Putit na hosting pwede pang
That's
anchor.
true. That's true.
Actually, yeah.
Leading
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah, I
Similar.
lead the way. Yeah. So I need to
Uh,
train more, I guess. Yeah.
mhm. Ito nga.
Paklado, ikaw na.
Monchi greeting the show for its
Hi,
2 years.
Monchi.
More power. Monchi's also a beast. I tune into his show also. I also love it.
Ayan.
Daming sikat. So yun. Artista na rin to si Monchi. All his guests. Same question. If you're not into sports, what would you be doing, right?
Yeah.
My answer would be, if you see how I like sports like basketball, football, racing, siguro the order would be a bit more different. That's the first answer. Same question. What will I be into? Maybe I'll be tuning cars more. I'll be into racing more. That's my answer.
Okay.
Of fixing up a car. Yung mga ganun.
Like a mechanic.
Ish. That's
That's not bad.
the only thing I can think of. I'll be spending a bit more time. I do it for survival. Because, right, for survival, we're supposed to check on the cars, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Well, what would it be? Well, of course, I'd be a lot more pounds advanced. I love eating. That's one of my things. So the sports, it goes well with it. But I'll say that.
Hmm.
I'll be a food vlogger. Yo, I'll be a food vlogger.
Oh, yeah. That's
I'll be a
good.
food vlogger.
Have your Instagram up ready.
Oh, why? Pat Mendoza.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, varsity during your school days. Sa basketball, Pat. Si Claudia answered it earlier. Nag-NC siya. Or basket with CSB. What I can say is, yung kalaban ko when I was playing, he had Jay Havelosa. Nag-ano siya. Sa MPBL. Sa Ateneo also. Kalaban ko, Kyle Silao.
Oh my
Jello
gosh.
Vito. Isaac Go. Yung mga, we weren't surprised that these guys made it big. These guys really stood out in a different way. At least my one championship, invitational. yung league.
Nice.
You know what I mean by invitational, right? Hindi
Yeah. You
siya
just
yung mga
invite the ones that
MMBL.
you could beat.
Yeah, I guess that's why that school invited us and we won, but we weren't invited the next year.
Ay, wow.
We thought we were gonna get an invite back, but they didn't invite us. I guess that's why. Baka kala nila kaya eh. But that
Oo
was
nga.
still fun. A chip is a chip, right? So ayan.
Tomorrow,
Ano,
magkita kami.
anong liga to? You
We
said
have
si
a
coach puts it
3x3.
tomorrow.
Yeah, so we'll be coaching 3x3 tournament.
Which league is this? I don't want to guess. I might name the wrong league. Patay ako.
No, it's a CCF. It's a
Yung
FIBA.
liga nyo
Yeah,
mismo.
liga namin.
Aha. Hindi mo.
Okay, may question si ano.
Ay, wait. Coach put it. Where's that?
Yeah.
Nag-commish sa intrams. Coach put it. Same school kami ni attorney Charlie Cuna. But I'm years after. I met attorney sa homecoming namin.
Hindi nyo ba alam na tito ni Claro si Charlie Kung? Joke lang.
I don't say that. I don't say it directly.
You do,
Mga
yeah,
coach,
okay.
coach nung 4th year high school ako. That's the time. That was 8 years ago.
Wow.
9 years ago. Yeah, kasi yung school year carries over. So, ayun. In a small school lang in Southridge. It was fun. That was fun, being a commissioner.
Yeah.
Aha.
Thanks.
Kay Pat. Yeah, good question.
Hindi po bang maging mahirap yung part niyo No. No, because football and basketball actually help complement each other.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, in a way, because of the footwork and but in terms of no, I never had a hard time. I think I chose the sports that don't wreck my pulso. So I can't, like, when I play basketball, I can't play badminton, diba? So or bowling. Ganun.
It's
Hindi
just
pwede.
mainly one arm.
Yeah. But to switch, no. I think God gave me God gave me a gift to athletic talent that was pretty easy to switch. Yeah. I play soccer. I also play American gridiron na touch.
American football, oh yeah.
Yeah. I would always say that God gave me the talent for His glory. Really, it's not mine. I always give back the glory to
Yun yung
whoever
instrument
gave.
mo, di ba?
Yeah, exactly. It's my instrument to show God's glory talaga.
So, was it hard to switch sports? That's a good question from Pat. I didn't really bother to officially switch sports. First
You never
exposed to
soccer.
go-karting age 7.
Wow.
I was so scared. And when we talked to Raymond Kodala, our friend, Carter of the Year, and then si Eduardo, Pinoy driver in British F4, I'm like, damn, I started karting at like the right age at 7.
That's young.
Some guys start like 6'5". That's the age daw to start eh. Yeah.
How come you never pursued that racing?
Honestly, I don't know. I guess because if you throw stone out of the classroom, if you did in theory, nandun na yung basketball court eh, sa amin. So I guess that's why. I guess siguro the bottom line
Proximity.
is proximity wins in a way na you'll only see racing. You'll only see racing on TV in F1. I went to the racetrack like twice sa BRC. They had this thing called Asian Formula 3 where it will be parang ASEAN siya.
Right.
They'll all race against each other. So siguro if I had a bit more of that. Well, honestly speaking, parang mas developed kasi yung basketball. There's more basketball courts around compared to racetracks.
At that time, diba?
Just comparing those.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's more there's not that many racetracks also in the Philippines. Yeah. You can say. Yeah. So I think that was a factor. Yeah. I am now.
Yeah.
Well, racetracks are slowly opening in the pandemic, right? Budget's a thing.
Oh, it's expensive to be a
Oh yeah, that's a factor, of course.
A lot.
Sabi ni Coach, masarap nga yung coffee. You set up Coach with coffee nga pala for dropping by the show.
You. Yeah.
Right. Sabi ni admin, I call him admin eh. Kasi siya yung admin ng Philippines Football League Fans United group.
Gosh.
No? Yung Matic na eh. Si Jorex. Heard your kwento kanina. Sports and hosting. Ayun,
Thank you.
Dalawa.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ayun, when they said kalaban ko, Kyle Slough, Jello
Yeah.
Vito.
Carlos Lau played for NLEX, no?
Yeah, yeah.
And UP.
Yeah, kasi savior siya no high school. Teammate niya si Isaac Go.
Ah, okay.
And we saw Isaac was such a smart player already. And Kyle Slough was just very dominant, knowing. So sila makalaban. And then, ayun, Isaac nag-UP, Isaac na Ateneo. Ay, sorry. Kyle's UP, Isaac Ateneo. Ano yun? NLEX nga. Isaac's, where is na PBA? Ngayon.
I don't think he's in the PBA anymore.
Ano, full-time Gilas pa ba? Yeah.
Carlos Lau, I'm not sure. No, si Isaac Ko
Isaac,
got
no?
injured eh. Diba?
Ayaw nga. Coach, which
ACL.
is, who played? None of us played Gothia Cup, I
Si
think.
Gothia, no. No. Hindi ako nag-Gothia.
Mm-hmm.
Hindi ako nag-Gothia.
Yeah, I was wondering why Coach put it. Put it honestly.
No, I didn't Gothia. I didn't do Gothia.
Ikaw, Claudio.
Ooh,
Pre-game
me
rituals.
first.
Let's
Oh,
put NC.
goodness.
Let's put your NC since that's the high level that you played in, no?
Me? Oh, God. Uh, Gosh, that was how many years ago? I wouldn't eat that. No, I would. Okay, I would eat, and at that time, Tita Firmas yan. I would eat an hour before, right? An hour before, and I won't talk to anyone
Not even your
during the
teammates.
game. Yeah, I'm very very serious.
How about
I won't
pre-game?
talk.
Like, tactics. Yun lang.
Wala. I just concentrate, and then I would get the ball and dribble on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I do uh yung laterals and all that, but I don't have any rituals like putting my sock. Wala. I don't.
Wala.
Wala, nothing.
Mhm.
I was more go with the flow talaga. Yeah.
That was the short time I played, but this isn't like UAAP caliber that I played, right? Pre-game ritual, meron din eh.
Ikaw meron.
Yeah. Like once I figured it out, let's just say if you watch your Wami Chongson episode, you see Wami's just go, right? He's not conscious about anything.
Yeah,
Ako baliktad. Well, Wami said he was like that before, right?
Uh,
And then he's just like, no, ako, like, I only reach that part now. I gotta do this, gotta do that. I'd always wear the same pair of socks.
really?
Yeah. But it's washed. I mean,
Okay.
sometimes
It's
people
it's
go,
like Jordan wearing the
people
same
always
shorts.
go, oh, you're wearing the same shirt, right? And I'm like, yeah, you can wash it.
Yeah.
Or you always wearing the same shorts or so. I'm like, yeah, I have multiple pairs of a design of socks. Pero yung panon na yun, specific pair of socks, I only bought one. Nike Elite socks.
Okay.
Siya.
Ako wala.
Left pair. At baka naging left pair first. Left foot first.
You have
Hindi-
that? Ako hindi. Wala akong pakialam.
In hindsight, parang lang. Pero hindi conscious yung parang matic lang na
Matic.
naka-program lang sa brain. And then, I heard a teammate once go, I don't know if he listens, Dopuyat. I heard him once say, eat McDo before a game, you'll play. Eat Jollibee before a game, you'll play well. Eat McDo before a game, you'll play even better.
Oh my goodness.
I tested it and it worked.
McDonald's, you could sponsor Claro.
I did that for a season, and I had a good season by my standards. The year before, I tried Jollibee for a game and it didn't work.
Fun.
There's one that works. Parang gitna. Sisig. That's something you're not supposed to be eating before a game. I played well. My coffee also. My coffee that time also. Kasama yan. I guess just to get energy going, right?
Right.
That's what I would do.
Ako actually to answer that was a question before, not pre-game, but when after practice I would go to the McDonald's and eat.
Ah!
That was long time ago. I stopped eating I stopped eating fast food
Yeah.
for 13 years now.
Mhm.
I haven't eaten Jollibee or McDonald's for 13
You're-
years.
Oh, I don't know how you do that. Oh, I have a follow-up to that. It's not even sports related, pero more of lifestyle. To the people, the viewers, those in the comments, this stuff we're answering, you can answer it too. We want to hear
Yes.
about you, right?
Yeah, actually.
So, comment yun
Coach
lang na.
put it.
What
Yeah,
question
but it's-
like strikes you? Share mo lang.
yeah.
Coach Putit, you have a pre-game ritual. Like when you were playing hoops, no?
Yeah, when I playing for Ateneo.
Yeah.
University.
And then
Hope
baka
he's still watching.
coaching wise, do you have something that you do also? So while people are thinking or if they want to answer follow questions, what do you do if you're on the road and you're hungry? Do you,
It's
instead of going to a fast food restaurant, you'll find like a Starbucks or a Bose, and then you'll get a sandwich there? Is that what you do?
yeah, yeah, that's right. So even though I'm very, 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 very hungry, and I could see McDonald's, I think
Eh?
I won't put in. I won't.
Yeah.
I'll
Kaya
probably go
you,
to Deli France. I'll go to
that's where you'll get your
yeah,
sandwich.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. That's the
Deli
only thing I
France
had in
or
mind.
Pancake House. You know those things. Yeah.
Yeah, I get the going to like a deli France. You can just grab it and go. Eh.
Yes, that's right.
Yung extra lang
Starbucks,
is you
Toast,
have to park the car.
and park the car. But yeah,
Medyo,
I
go
try
ahead,
to
go.
avoid. Yeah, I try
Yeah.
to avoid as much as
Yeah.
possible fast food.
Medyo recent lang yung drive-thru in Starbucks. But that sandwich doesn't really fall under like fast food per
No,
se,
I don't.
right? Yeah. Medyo recent
Really?
yung drive-thru na. 6 years ago pa lang ata.
Was it? Oh,
I think so, yeah. First one at the BGC, the Starbucks drive-thru beside BGC Turf, I believe.
nice.
That's the first one.
Okay. So, Clara, I have a serious question. Um,
Uh-oh.
no,
Alis ba ako?
so
Alis
it's
na.
okay. No,
Alis na ako.
are you gonna die?
No, I'm kidding. What's the question?
Wow.
What's the
No,
question?
my question. I've heard a lot of our guests. We've had a lot of
Oh
guests.
no, I think
In
I know
fact,
this.
sorry, I'm gonna throw this. This idea of mine came up when I was walking my dog, Coach. I have a dog named Coach, and I said, um, it's gonna be our 2 years, right? And one of our friends, a very good friend of mine, he passed away almost 2 months ago. Boyd Season,
Papa
um,
B,
Papa
rest
B,
in
we miss you
peace.
so much. I miss you. I think of you almost every day. Uh, he said that he wanted to interview us
Oo
on
nga
our
eh,
first
gulat
trip.
ako eh.
Remember?
And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
always like, he's the guy on,
yeah.
ANC,
And
always, always.
we didn't take that up because we had a guest, but I wish we did. I wish we did. So
Oo nga,
so out of
sayang.
tribute, I said might as well just do what Papa B wanted to do.
Oh, yung idea niya.
Yeah, it's a pretty good
Yeah,
idea. So
that's a good.
yeah, so we miss you. We could have had the chance to be interviewed by one legend,
Oo nga eh.
but
I never,
yeah,
yeah. The
but
thought of
that
it
was
pa lang eh.
yeah, that was really good episode for me. The one with Papa B. We miss
Mhm.
you. We miss you so much. Jeez. Anyway, so my serious question is, of course, we have a lot of up and downs. I've heard our guests say that sports is a mental game.
Yeah.
Um, how did sports help you mentally? Donna?
Oh, mentally. Sports mentally. Honestly, only mental health wasn't really there at me as a 90s kid growing up, I could say. I'm not trying to flaunt my age, I'm just giving a reference point of this take. I said I'm just showing how recent it is. So like honestly, wala talaga yung mental at that point in time eh. That's the idea of a psychologist, psychiatrist was so taboo. That time growing up playing sports wasn't really there. It was just a matter of sports teaching character. You know, the usual hard work,
Mm,
don't give up. Basketball nga, they're playing. So, we just make sure we sprint every time, put in the extra work, show the coach that you're doing good effort. And then, yeah, na yun nag-carry over. You see the value of mental toughness, but at that time, parang, don't know yet, how do you do it eh? Parang kanya-kanya lang. So, that's the stage I can say. But the toughness part, in hindsight na ito eh. As being like, maybe someone who sees things from the side with the podcast. You know, you're an athlete. I read it somewhere also. It was in the comments, would you believe now? You're an athlete, you make a mistake, and then you have fans heckling at you.
yeah,
And then I'm sure that gets into your head, right? So you run back on defense, you're an offense again, and then you just have the confidence to knock down the three or just to dribble through your opponent. If it's football, or just to keep going. So that's what I learned in hindsight. It shows who you are as a person. Shows your it shows your it shows your level of fitness too. I can say. Yan ang
yeah,
mahalaga. I was putting a premium on that. Na go good lifestyle. Yay. When you're young, no need to watch your diet yet. Well, I had a good friend. Shout out Javi Martinez, hamster. one of my good school buddies always say, "Yeah, you better watch your diet because when you stop playing, you're gonna struggle." Yeah, he was right. I knew he was right from the get go. Now I'm still trying to get the exercise. So yeah, that's my answer. Ikaw, sports, mental game.
Me,
Mm-hmm.
when for me it helped a lot. It helped me escape a lot of yeah. I was I was aware of the toughness of the mental game talaga since before. Hence the reason I wanted to study sports psychology.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that right before. I
Yeah, you
wanted to
did.
study sports
Even on
psychology.
episodes, I believe,
Yeah,
other
I
episodes
would
where
say
we dive. Yeah.
yeah, I was really always interested in psychology. Always. So in fact, in high school, that's what I took higher psychology because we had a chance to do IB and I took higher psychology
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to be a sports psychologist. Always wanted to be one because I was so interested with the behavior of people, how people think, um, how people get depressed and then they stand up, why people go through with suicide and all that. I was really interested, and I
Mm-hmm.
believe that sports psychology should be uh, one of the top careers here. Unfortunately, I couldn't because there was no sports psychology here. No. But to answer my own question, no, it helped me a
Right,
lot.
right.
Yeah, mentally. It helped me a lot because when you have so many problems and you enter the court, you completely forget
I will
everything,
agree. I'll have to agree. I'll have to agree.
right?
Yeah, I don't
You
have to
completely forget the
forget about the
problems that
hard
you have.
home. Just
Yeah,
simplest terms, the homework you don't want to do.
the homework
let's
you
go.
don't want to
Let's go
do,
play. Let's go play
yeah,
first.
the essay that you have to write the
Mhm.
next day, or
Yeah.
or you don't have a boyfriend. In your case, you don't have a girlfriend. So it's like, oh my gosh. So when you go into court, it's like everything is out the court. Whatever problems you have is you don't bring it
Mm-hmm.
to court.
Mm-hmm.
Your
And we
only
only
problem is
mentioned like basic problems. Sure, but yung real world problems
yeah,
also apply in what you
yeah,
just said. Mm-hmm.
yeah. And then when you bounce the ball, the only problem that you have is trying to do a sidestep and take a layup against the tallest player you see, di
Oh,
ba?
jump shot,
Or
jump
jump
shot.
shot, yeah.
Make sure you make the three, open
Yeah.
three.
But it created a lot of discipline for me. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Waking up in the morning, exercising in the morning, making sure that I eat the right food, So it helped me a lot, and I wasn't afraid as well to speak to counselors or anything when I have a problem. Kasi tama nga sinabi mo, di ba? Parang it was a bit of a taboo dito, di ba?
Mm.
But now I'm glad that people are accepting that mental health is really, really
Ay,
important.
better late than never pa rin.
Yeah,
Like, so everyone's playing their part. I mean, yeah, tuloy-tuloy. Sana
yeah.
tuloy-tuloy. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Si Pat Mendoza with lessons, but more of when Quincy was our guest. Pat remembered that he was playing recreational football. Conceded 12 goals daw. Being a
wow.
GK, sorry. It's okay, Pat. I
Okay.
feel you. Manny all conceded a few goals as goalkeeper. Kaya naging, his dad said, stay, play midfielder na lang. No? I'm sure you have your position out there. Question. I think you answered it. Favorite episode?
Oh
or
gosh,
I guess you're gonna kill us though, right?
the favorite episode because of my friend Boy season.
Yeah, I figured
Yeah, like,
asking oh, the answer.
but aside from that, the one with Sir Sev. Sir Sev
Oh yeah.
was still one of my favorite.
That was so
Kasi
neat.
tuloy-tuloy, it was so nice to hear his history because I watched him, I listened to him on the PBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sir Sev. So and then the one of JPM, um,
PBA
learning about
history.
basketball. Yeah, the JP Mercado,
Oh my.
uh, those one, and then Willie Wilson. The Willie Wilson. That was fun. Everything just off. Our script went off, right? And then we just started. And the good thing is we became friends with these people. It's
Oh
amazing.
yeah.
So I see them in the court or in the streets. Hey, Willie, or diba? or
Oh, nga, you mentioned na sakto UAP game. It was LaSalle UP second round. So sakto where I was seated
yes,
was right next to the panel UAP.
that's right.
So timeout, lamang UP. Maybe from LaSalle, like Willie Wilson. Whoa, Willie, hi. And he goes, I tell him, we need you. Sabi ko sa kanya. Yeah. That was just a good moment. That's a good
Yeah,
moment.
I was
Yeah.
gonna ask you the toughest episode.
They might kill. They might kill
I know.
me. They might kill us. No, but we can just say, I know Christopher Reyes had a fun time with us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was
But
actually fun.
me, I understand how you say Scandinavians are, they're soft spoken. So
We should have him again, actually.
yeah, gaming for sure. So
Yeah,
for me and stuff. Oh, but we got it. Teamwork
we
guy,
have him.
diba? I'm not saying I don't like it. Like we're always up for the challenge. That's what we mean. And we're glad that you guys give us that challenge. Always.
And
It's just that
yeah,
being an interviewer, you always have to think on the spot, think on the spot. And
yeah, think on the spot. Yeah,
it's not easy to just keep being able to come up with ideas consecutively right away, I can
you
say.
have to
But that was
pause
fun.
and you
Mm.
have to learn how to accept the you have to learn how to accept the awkward silence. Yeah,
Or what do you call this? Or make sure walang awkward,
or
walang
you
dead
make sure
air.
wala awkward, yeah, dead air.
Yeah, but we did the Viking clap with a Viking, the
Yeah, the
hashtag
Viking
PH
clap.
Viking, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero
But
sabi niya, sawa na sila ng Viking
yeah,
clap.
sama na sila dun sa like. But it was fun. I mean, like um, yeah. Thank you, talaga to uh, Noel Zarate for giving us this
Mm-hmm.
name. It stuck with us. We love it.
Oo eh.
Um, it
Nape-pressure nga
was,
ako. I'm just looking at our episodes now. I'm looking at the list.
yeah,
Like, oh,
yeah,
which guest? Oh, which guests, right? Lahat unique eh. Lahat unique eh. I always ask na, oh, how will us as the hosts make this a unique episode? There's sometimes the doubt, and then we just go. And the guests, I don't know, we're able to bring something out of them that strikes us. Every guest always has that wow that makes them unique,
yes.
we could say.
I
So,
enjoy it, and I think Laro will also agree when we say that even though we're having a bad day or having a bad week, right? We would still continue. It's like, "Oh, sige, let's just go. Let's just even now.
oh,
I mean, we don't have a guest. We could have stopped, right? But every time we turn on the stream yard and then we put on the mic, we put on the countdown. It's like going into court. I'm
oh,
not going into competition,
now that you
right?
mentioned, yung Willie Wilson episode, nakasang Gatorade ako 1.5 liters.
Yeah, right. It just changes
Oh.
your mood.
Yeah,
Really
I
changes.
was like super fatigue eh. And then after Willie Wilson saying his jokes, oh, okay, yeah, good, fun episode. Check it out, guys. Longest episode on the show. Ata.
Siya longest episode.
Yeah,
So
sinadya yan. He's like, no, I wanna be
yeah.
competitive. I want that record,
So
quote
thank you
unquote.
so much for those that have been listening. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's been 2 years. I personally didn't know we were gonna last this long, Caro.
It's still hard to believe my like me personally, like, oh, I have a podcast. The podcast
Yeah,
is the thing you listen to while driving eh. Diba?
yeah. This is
Like,
actually called a
oh, oh.
podcast. Can you believe it?
Exactly. Pero nag-stick lang podcast. Parang generic name, di ba?
Yeah,
Ay, not generic. Generic noun classification. Yeah, sorry, I'm geeking out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, and I remember before we end because we're about to end because it's almost like an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, when we first started, Claro was the only one doing everything. Remember? But that was because it
Posting.
was easy. I was just doing the trailer, but you were putting an
Eh,
anchor.
start pa lang eh na, oh, let's learn it, di ba? Parang
Yeah,
binabato lang, di ba?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I started learning Canva because of that. And then started doing the highlights, iMovies.
Ah,
Yes.
ganun lang. Post lang ng post. Get somewhere at least, right? I mean, passion project, this thing's a passion project actually. Sa totoo, yung podcasting.
Yeah.
Some people think, oh, are you putting your podcast up? No, I'm not.
No,
some
passion
some
project.
people just ask me casually, like when I bump into them. Some mga friends, yan. Yeah,
Yeah, same. A lot of people always
yeah.
ask, "Oh, do you get paid?" No, no, no.
Okay.
Passion.
I wish.
I wish. Yeah. But it's great to see, like, getting to know these athletes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So okay. Anyone
Ding ding
else?
ding.
Ding ding ding. We don't have what a draft now
Wala
because
wala wala wala.
wala. Kami maging boring kapag kami dalawa lang.
Oo
But
nga.
uh, also thank you, uh, yeah,
All the guests.
to all our
Catch
guests,
you.
Pat
All the
and
guests,
Card,
all the listeners, lalo yung mga listeners supporting the show. We mentioned you guys kanina, sila Admin Jorex, Carson, Mr. We Will Shock You.
Admin Jorex. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we should have a guest next week. We could say so, guys.
Oh yeah, we have a guest.
Oh
We have
yeah,
a guest next
meron,
week. We have a
meron.
guest
Oh.
the week after, and then the 1st of July. That's the fun one. Claro's happy about it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Claro's yeah, is excited.
Surprise na lang. We won't say.
Surprise! We won't mention. We won't
Kaya,
mention.
kaya follow our page. If you
Yeah,
still do not, put us
yeah.
on your favorites. My favorite yan for groups. For pages mismo.
Talaga.
My favorite. So favorite who decorate. So we're always in the top of the timeline. When you
Active, good. Tama, tama, tama,
There's a way
tama.
to do that on Facebook. Yeah. You can do that with like your, how do you say this? Yung mga news outlets, just so you know what's going on, since parang nag-iba yung yung outlet for news, right? It's not anymore the
Yeah.
broadsheet. It's more of online. So I did that with like daily news. Wow, adulting hits you hard. Like, wow, news is you understand news now. Unlike if you're as a kid, you're like, oh, you just want to watch cartoons, right?
But yeah.
Oh my.
Maybe I'm more.
Sige. Ding ding ding. I think that's a show, right?
Yes. Okay, so should we put in the see we do everything.
Okay.
By the way, we don't also have a technical director in the back. Um really it's just Clara and I that do everything,
Yeah.
unlike hang time and what's the other show? The one I do,
Mukbang with
and the third
Jojo.
Mohammed Dojo and Eternity of Basketball.
Actually, kami yun.
Kami yun. Minsan ako yung nasa Eternity of Basketball. Kapag may time ako.
I'd run Hang Time and Mukbang with Jojo.
Yeah,
Mukbang
I
with
would.
Jojo, yeah, those are the shows. We help out our sister shows. Kaya sister
Yeah,
show.
kaya nga Sister Chad. Yeah, I would help out a lot with an Eternity of Basketball, do the design, slides nila mismo.
Mm-hmm. It's us.
So.
That's us.
But who the heck are we? Anyway, so
Kaya nasa likod the other shows. That was
before
funny,
we
epic.
go, I think Kara and I will also schedule maybe a giveaway. We still have a lot of giveaway, a lot of sponsors that are giving us away, like New Era caps and
Oh,
Aqua
meron
Flask
pa.
cap.
Wow.
Yeah, and peanut butter. So, yeah,
Dami pa pala. Wow.
that way pa pala. Yeah, we'll give that again. So,
Yay.
who? Oh, where are you? What happened? See?
Akala ko,
Ako na.
akala ko
Ayan,
ikaw
ganyan na
nag-click.
lang
I
tayo.
didn't click anything, ha?
Di ako yun.
I
So, dalawa
okay,
na lang
okay.
tayo. So,
Okay.
okay, so, who the heck are we is part of the Globally Ballin podcast. I think we need to change this slide because there is a new show. What? What's the new show?
Sila Jello and Diego Dario.
Diego
Also.
Dario. Yeah.
That's right.
So follow their website. You could also follow them on Facebook, so you could see all the shows under the Globally Ballin network. You could also follow us on social media at the WTHW podcast, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Once we reach 2,000, Claro will really dance. We're almost there. We're almost to 2,000. So keep clicking so we could see Claro dance. No. Subscribe on our YouTube channel, Globally Ballin YouTube channel. Press that bell button, and on the go, Spotify, especially now that everybody's stuck in traffic. Check us out uh, on Spotify. We could also listen to Hang Time with Instansai, An Eternity of Basketball, Who the Heck Are We, Mukbang with Jojo, and Next Man Up. I think that's the name of the new show. Yeah. For Hang Time, it will be with SJ Belangel, who is actually going to be playing in Korea.
Galing, no?
Yeah, galing. He's actually going to be playing Korea for Gilas in the friendly. So watch that. And then Eliza Valdez for Mokhang with Jojo. I believe there are going to be new episodes coming
That's
up.
the recent episode. There should
That's the
be
recent
more
episode.
coming up, I am told.
You're told. And an eternity of basketball will be this Saturday. I forgot who their guest is, but yeah, do watch them. They do it at 10 a.m. With Claros Titos. And here's the man next man up with Diego Dario and Gelovito, episode 4. And their topic is poaching and new opportunities. It'd be interesting to hear
Popcorn.
what they think of the poaching. No? And thank you so much to our sponsors, really. Chops to Go, New Era, Hinulaban Farms, Barrio Fiesta, Fujimama, Georgie's Delight, um, Apple Flask, and Cookie Chum. Thank you so much for really supporting the show. I should also add in the Mad Brownies and Muffin Mafia. We'll be also giving out our brownies and muffins soon to our viewers. So we'll bring that back. Again, it's episode 103 pala, not 104. So I made a mistake of jumping the gun.
Excited lang sa
104 is
next
next, yeah.
episode. Kaya,
104 is
ano,
next episode.
excited lang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we should have an episode next week. We're starting at
We will have an episode next week.
Surprise na lang sino yung guest. Because we didn't promise a guest naman today, di ba?
I know that line. But if we do, we will probably get Noel Zarate to come in and blabber. Just kidding. No. Or someone else. But we do have a lineup. We do have a lineup. Normally, I would pick Boyet season to be my our guest host, but he's passed on. He's with the Lord now. So thank you so much to those that are watching. Claro, parting words.
Who the heck are we at the end of the day?
If you were going to the DeLorean, what would you tell your... that's a good question,
That's a
actually.
good question, huh?
Yeah. If you were to ride the DeLorean and meet your 14-year-old self, what would you do? What would you tell your 14-year-old self?
Wow. It's a tough one. I actually want to make it younger.
What? Okay, 7 years old while you were karting.
Beg for more karting sessions. That's one way. That's one way. That's a tough one, actually. That's a tough one. Just, when you're running in basketball, you're doing your sprints, you're doing your suicides, just don't stop. This coach will make you run more. And you'll regret it in the game because you're not going to be as fit. That's the best way.
Yeah.
You.
Me. To be honest, pursue sports psychology. Yeah. That's
Fly out to pursue that because you're saying wala nga rito. So
wala dito.
Fly out to do that, right?
But I still studied my master's in sports management. But
Right,
I should have pursued.
exactly.
I should have pursued sports. It's something that I really like. Yeah, I wish I pursued it. It's what I really wanted to do. Yeah, I wish I pursued it. Yeah, but yeah, I hit my
Surprise question, yeah, not to end the show. Oh,
I'm very good. Yeah.
That's a good ending. That's a good ending. Okay.
All right. So thank you again. And my dog is nakabukaka.
Hey guys, ready to sleep.
Yeah. All right.
See you everyone. Catch you next week.
Bye. May guest kami next week, promise.